Yeah, we're hot.
Are you hot?
I'm not moving any more than I have to, so I can't dance with you.
It's fucking hot.
That requires
Where
me
the
to
fuck
move
does heat
more.
come from? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Speakeasy Podcast. Yeah, episode 11. Look at that, guys. We got 11 episodes down. That's awesome.
Episode uno.
I don't remember one.
I remember the beginning of all 10 of them prior to this one. Salud. What's up, guys?
Hey, cheers, motherfucker.
Cheers, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Cheers. Salud,
Cheers,
people.
Josh.
Hey, Josh, you want to cheers them and look them in the
I
eyes?
guess so.
You got to look them in the eyes so that you don't have 7 years
not
of bad.
weird?
No. Come on.
That's weird.
Enough interaction.
That was weird.
That was so weird. You love the weird shit. Fuck.
All right.
What's up, Tony?
Not much, man. So today we brought
What's that on your shirt, by the way?
This is Riley Reed. She signed it for me.
She like
Hey, is that the
some-
porn star you were talking about?
One of the porn stars.
What's a porn star?
I talk about a lot.
What's a porn star?
Social activist.
The
They
porn
make a-
that Josh watches, they're not stars.
Adult? No, they're not. They're my neighbors.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amateur
That's a nice
shit.
shot. That's a
Yeah,
nice shot.
yeah. I've seen her take lots of nice shots.
To the face?
Heyo. I think I know what that means.
Have you, by the way, this is a legit question. Have you ever shot a girl in the face?
Oh yeah,
Have you?
By accident.
it's a beautiful
By
past.
accident.
I wasn't supposed to.
I can't do it, dude.
Why
I
not?
can't either.
I
think
don't
it's-
know,
I think
man.
it's super degrading.
I can't. I
Really?
don't
If
think
you
I'll
look
like.
in those movies, like, really?
Think
You'll
about.
see in those clips, every time they're like, you could tell inside their soul, like through their eyes, that they're not excited about this. They're
Yes, they don't like that part of the job. You
Women
can tell in
don't
their
like
face.
that. And in their hair, women do not like it in their hair.
Well, I don't know.
Look, the contracts are very specific as to what kind of scene it is. They sign off on this stuff.
These sentiments are beyond contracts, Tony.
We're not saying they didn't sign up for
if
it.
They signed for it. They obviously, I'm
We're
sure
saying
that's
they don't
actually
like it.
like a bonus if you get like hit in the face. The same with anal and other stuff. They
I
get
would-
bonuses for that.
I'm
doing
gonna.
that stuff.
I strongly feel that there are women out there that like the idea of being ejaculated on their face.
I'm
I
not
would-
debating that. Because it's the same shit with like women liking to be choked out. I can't do that either.
You can't get choked out either.
I had a girl. We're in
I can
Whittier
do
right
that.
now. I had a girl in Whittier once tell me to slap her, and I couldn't do it.
I could do that.
I did it though. I could do it, but I realized I didn't. I couldn't do it.
That's
after
no
that.
big deal. That's nothing. Because I once was dating this girl. I won't name names.
Sylvia.
Yeah. But we started hanging out. We were fooling around. She's like, I'm getting really comfortable with you. I didn't tell you anything, but I'm worried you're going to like judge. I was like, no, it's cool. Like, I'm a freak. Like, whatever. I'm up for pretty much anything. She goes like, well, next time I'd like you to fuck me and then hold a knife to my throat.
For real.
For real.
Like a real knife.
Like, and
Like a
I'm
real
like,
knife.
oh, cool. In my head, I'm like, oh, like a rubber knife. Like, haha. Like, she's like, no, like a giant, like, butcher knife. And I'm like,
And you guys aren't together anymore?
yeah, no, it didn't work out.
Oh,
I'm thinking,
Did
like,
you do it?
sounds like
No,
a
I'm
keeper.
just waiting for the did you do it part.
No, in my mind, I'm thinking like, what the shop, where like I slip and then I slit her throat and I show the cops. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
no,
don't.
wait,
I don't
she
like that.
asked
I
for
don't.
it.
I don't trust. Look, ladies, I would do half the shit you want me to do, but I don't trust our justice system.
Contract.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I put it
true.
notarized if you want me to hold a knife to your
True.
throat.
I guess I could make a video real quick. Like, tell me what you want me to do.
Yeah.
All right, now let's do it.
Have you seen the kink videos? There's like a good 5 minutes before every porn video where they say what you do, what you can't do, the code word. Where it,
I've
you know,
never seen a kink video.
I'll have
Yeah,
to
we
send you.
don't know about
I'll have to
that.
send you some
Do we
links.
have a kink like viewing party or something?
Yeah, sure.
I watch snuff movies, but that's it.
Damn, you guys are freaks. I think. See, I'm walking around thinking like I'm this crazy guy. I'm
On
not.
that dark web.
I'm nothing.
I've done.
I'm the dark web. I'm the black market. I'm the black market of porn.
I've done some
You're
things.
fucking Nicolas Cage over here.
Proud of them all.
Yeah.
You're
8
Tony
millimeter.
Soprano.
8 millimeter.
8mm. That was a crazy movie, man.
So, we were originally going to name this podcast something, and Josh and I
We all-
vehemently
We
disagreed.
all highly voted negative.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
Do you
And
remember
I.
what the name almost was?
for this podcast?
Yes.
Bar Babble.
Right.
Bar
And
Babble.
No, we put Walter down on a weekly basis
I
with
fought it.
this.
I
Bar
fought for
Babble.
it.
And I'm finally going to
Bar
concede.
Babble.
We are bringing Bar Babble to the forefront of this podcast. We're not changing the name.
It's just a segment.
Right.
It's an episode. It's
an
not
episode.
a segment. It's a
Yeah.
whole episode of Bar Babble. And we're gonna do this. Like we're gonna plan it out, but the first of 10 episodes, it's just gonna be us, and we're gonna do this kind of banter, and we're just gonna get drunk and just be us. Talking about
Surprisingly
random ass
enough,
topics.
being come on the face is not part of the topics of
That was
conversation.
just random.
That is Bar
Look,
Babble.
man, I
Yeah.
just I dated some girls that are down for that, and I just couldn't do it. I could not continue to date a girl that I jizz on her face.
Wow.
I just can't do it, dude.
Wow.
I don't know why. I just
I couldn't
can't.
either.
I feel
It felt
bad.
yeah.
I feel like that's disrespectful.
I will come on your face. They
There
will
you
not.
go. You want
Great. What
All
a
right.
patriot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it for
and
America.
I will fake choke you. I will fake choke you. That's the best I can do.
You just gotta watch their eyes when you choke them.
Nah.
Yeah.
no.
There's a tell for
If
everything.
my fingertips are white, it's too tight.
Same rule applies to the dick. Yeah.
That doesn't work for me, but
You're
White.
always
Usually-
white. You're always choking bitches
yeah.
out.
All right. So how this episode is gonna go? We each selected some topics. We also had a couple of members of our production team put topics in there that we are unaware of. We put them all in this bag, the Babble bag, and we're just gonna choose one. I have a timer right here.
It looks like there was a sex toy in here.
Yeah, don't lose that bag. My cocaine's in there.
Nice.
Not really. That's
a lot of
fake
cocaine.
news.
We'll give-
Just joshing. Just joshing.
We'll give each topic roughly 10 minutes, and then we're gonna cut it off right there.
All right.
Okay. Dan, if you can put a timer, when I tell you to start, and
Somebody could put. Oh, you
yeah,
have a timer right there.
yeah, but one for the video,
Oh,
so
yeah,
they're aware.
okay, yeah.
Um,
Graphics
yeah,
style, Dan.
yeah, cool stuff.
Cool
Wow.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see some glitter.
Yeah,
For this bitch.
like an
Glitter.
explosion too at some point.
And
That's-
these topics range from super important to not important at all. I mean, to foreskin versus circumcision, to
foreskin all day.
that's not in the bag.
We're not talking about that.
Next week.
Yes.
to more topical things like legislation that's being passed, politics and whatnot. We're not going to get super political.
We're gonna get however we get, Tony.
Yeah, basically whatever the fucking
I'm
bag
a
says
little
to do.
fucking passionate
All right.
about that shit.
I know you are, which is why I want to do this particular episode because
I find it
eventually
so
it's going to
interesting
come
that I
up.
only do that on Facebook though.
Yeah,
I
well,
go hard on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's my venting station.
Right. So
You get all of me right there.
Internet troll.
That's the second time I get called that?
Oh shit! Really?
Yes.
that's
awesome.
only the
And
second.
it's so fucking funny because it's like on my post that people come at me. How could I be a troll on my own post?
Yeah.
Trolling your own post.
I can't troll my own post.
Can't troll yourself.
Yeah. I can't troll myself.
But-
Can you?
What? You can if it's funny, but you don't do that typically.
Yeah, no. I get
So
with it.
we're drinking Jack and Coke.
Ooh.
My favorite drink.
My not favorite drink, although this one's different.
Jack is a little bit different. This is Jack Daniel's Rye.
This is solid. I love rye bread.
Relatively new, yeah, rye bread. Real quick, I don't have much to say about the Jack. I mean, everyone knows what the fuck Jack Daniel's is, but I do want to tell you the county that it's out of Lynchburg. That is a dry county.
I heard
What?
about that.
Yeah,
There's
That's
only
crazy.
like white people allowed there.
yeah. Well, I'm not going.
Yeah. Lynchburg.
Right.
It's not a name, it's a deterrent.
Yeah, it's a dry county. Now, I've heard conflicting reports where you can go to the distillery and you could buy certain bottles only in the gift shop, but it's a dry county, so there's no like samplings.
You're
or-
not allowed to open it
no.
in that county. You have to
No.
drive out of that county to drink.
Basically, yeah.
Does that include like residents, like in their people's houses?
I mean, I don't know. I've never lived in a dry county.
Doubt it.
You can
I don't
you
even know
can
what the
drink at
fuck
your
that
you can
is.
drink at your house.
Yeah.
I used to live in a dry county in Texas.
Nice.
Do you guys hear that bat?
Yeah, I did.
I love when the bat comes here. By the way, guys, we're in a studio in Whittier, basement 74.
And we have one
and
bat.
There's one bat that
my
lives here.
friend.
It's fucking dope.
Mascot.
It's dope. Especially we got Batman here.
True.
His name's Sebastian.
You know what I was thinking earlier?
I named him that. But that's
Sebastian?
okay. Sebastian.
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 Yeah.
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 You said it awfully though, but
I did say it.
you ruined such a
Well,
cool
that's because you
name.
changed it.
Sebastian. Yeah.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
I like that.
An extra T.
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to this bag of bar babbling.
Yeah, let's get to
You
the-
were gonna say something. You
yeah,
said you were
what was I gonna
talking
say?
about something earlier.
Oh, I was thinking about this earlier. How, like I posted our little intro earlier on my IG.
Yeah.
And I put the bat on, and I'm like, I actually like call you, like I think about you as Batman,
It happens.
and I don't like that,
I love it.
I don't
and I like
either.
it, but I don't
know
like
he
it because
likes
I
it.
love Batman.
The more you say that, the more he's getting erect right now.
And it's just like, man, I really like this guy. Like for me to like concede Batman, it's like Panda. When is it gonna be a Panda superhero? Oh yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
I call him like.
Not really super.
Yeah,
It's
he's
Jack
not
Black.
super.
Yeah.
No, maybe
Yeah.
a better one.
I'll
Yeah.
call him Clark Kent before that.
Why won't you call him Batman?
Who? Clark Kent. Who
Clark
would
Kent.
you? Why?
Look, I think it hurts him more than me. He's like, I don't want
Oh,
to.
I meant Bruce Wayne.
I don't
sorry.
wanna-
You guys want to see something cool?
Don't.
Discharge.
Vomit.
Discharge. Discharge.
Don't make eye contact with me.
Discharge.
Stop.
That is his least favorite word. All right, let's go to the bag.
Let's go to the baggie.
Walter, this is your bar babble bag, so go ahead and pick.
Bar Babble. By the way, hats and T-shirts coming. Bar Babble. All right, it's gonna be some of the speakeasy wear. You know, it's gonna be awesome.
Ready?
Ooh, mumble rap.
All right.
Mumble rap.
So we're gonna freestyle here. No, I'm just kidding.
Definitely.
Oh my God, that was a hit.
That's gold right there.
I'm 39.
Put that on SoundCloud.
I grew up with some of the baddest fucking. I stayed up one night in my closet. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow. I learned every lyric of that and I Need Love by LL Cool J one night because I was dope ass hip hop. That was, awesome, rap hip hop. Eventually, 90s got dope. This one's for you. You hate mumble rap. Can you explain mumble rap to us?
It's just horrible. And what's horrible is I hear them say interviews and stuff and how they like diss like. I saw some rapper not too long ago said like, "Oh, Tupac is boring," and like,
that fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
He said, actually, didn't he basically say Tupac sucked?
He literally said he was
like
boring.
Nothing.
He said Tupac is boring.
That's ridiculous. How old is this guy? Like 19, 20?
Probably, yeah.
No, seriously. How old is he?
Yeah,
he's a young rapper,
He's
right?
pretty young.
Well, I use the term rapper loosely with these kids. I believe this one was Little Xanax. That alone should tell you how seriously we should take him.
Yeah. How slow that fucking brain
white
is.
boy with face tattoos.
Yeah, and there's 6ix9ine who spells it the worst possible way. It's like SI6.72 with a robot emoji, 9
Idiots.
With skittle hair and tattoo faces. Okay, look, I'm okay with people making money off of something that they're taking advantage of. What I'm not okay is with idiots having a platform. Okay, I'm not a fan. And I used to write a hip hop column, so whenever I see someone that I don't like, I listen to them to make sure that I feel okay with not liking them. So I've heard the songs, not just the stupid interviews of kids, because kids say stupid things.
Research.
Yeah, I listen to their music. It's horrible. It's really, really bad.
It's really
From no
garbage.
matter what angle you look at it, whether you're looking at it from a poetic standpoint, from a rapper standpoint, from words on paper, or literally a lot of these people, what they have is an okay production team, and that's pretty much it. Because that's what people listen to is the sonic of the music, and then that song Gucci Gang by Lil Pump, another name that should tell you right away.
Lil Pump.
Like you
Names are horrible.
you should know immediately.
Just the fucking names.
These names are horrible.
Yeah, and then there's that another one.
Drake, who's that guy?
I
Oh
don't
Jesus
fucking know.
Christ!
Aubrey.
Garbage.
Yeah. Lil Peep, I believe, is the rapper that
Lil Peep.
that died.
Lil Yachty.
That he overdosed on pills, and like for about a good month he was glorified on Twitter as a person that created emotional rap or rap that has feeling, as if it never existed, as if we haven't been hearing the woes of
But for that generation, it has not existed.
Right,
It's
that's a
been
good point.
garbage. It's fucking materialistic. It's shallow as fuck. It doesn't mean shit. For someone that's 19, 20, and I don't know this guy's age, the guy that talks shit. I did read that article, by the way, and you're right. He just basically called him dull and boring. That's funny because it just kind of describes what these kids are going through. Everything needs to be super entertaining, super cool, super fun, super amazing. Otherwise, it sucks balls. Especially when you're talking about fucking little girls having babies and, the ghetto and this and that. Like, you don't know that shit. You're 19, 20, you're young as fuck. None of that resonates with you because you haven't experienced it. You may be surrounded by it, but you're so full of your fucking self that can't even recognize the substance behind that shit. And that's what makes it so whack. And then you speak like a retarded motherfucker. That's what makes it even worse. It's like you're on a whole bottle of Xanax and you're retarded. And if you get offended for the word retarded, I don't mean no disrespect, but fuck, it's just the truth. I'm from the street. That's how you describe that kind of behavior. Oh, I can't take that shit, dude.
Yeah,
It just, I want to help this guy. I want to create a nonprofit for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to get him help. Replace the Xanax with the cure for the mumbles.
Yeah, these are the people who, like the one with the skittle hair, 6ix9ine is the one I was talking about. He, from what I read, he said he was coming to do a show in California, and he called out a bunch of people from California, like, I'm coming through, like, you can't fuck with me, I'm gonna come through, and I'm gonna perform, and I'm gonna be in your hood, and like, it is what it is. And I'm thinking to myself, like, anyone that will beat your ass doesn't care what you're saying, so they're not even listening, so who are you talking to? And then he shows up at LAX, and they're getting a fight. and they start jumping him. Like, I don't know who they is. I didn't dig too deep into it. I'm sure someone knows.
See,
but
what happens though is the people that are down to fuck you up, those kind of people, they may not be even listening to you, but people around them can't wait to tell them that you said that shit. You know, those are the people that want to see shit go down. The instigators, the fucking little fans out there, and they just go up there like, ooh, guess what this motherfucker said about you, and now you gotta check them.
It's just different. I don't like it. I remember I got in trouble once I got caught with a cassette of NWA. My mom was like,
"Why did you say you got caught?"
Well, I mean, I got in trouble for it.
Really?
Yeah, like I wasn't supposed to be listening to it. My mom was like, "Oh, NWA, what's that mean?" And I was like, "No whites allowed."
She didn't believe you for a second.
Yeah, she
Like, well, that's not American.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's okay. So we grew up, and even though there's a little bit of an age gap here, we grew up, I like to think, being told that our music was not good or was, you know, vilifying people and glorifying violence and everything. So we were told that, like, okay, Eminem, for example, is my favorite everything. Artist, rapper, poet, everything.
That.
Yeah.
Feel that shit
Favorite
right
white man.
I wonder
Everything.
what if Eminem showed up dressed as Batman and hung out with you.
So no. So with I remember.
Prefer if he showed up as Michelle Pfeiffer.
Then he'd be okay with facials then.
Yeah, sure.
He'd be on board with facials.
He's already on board with facials. I'm the one that's not.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to listen to Eminem. They would break my CDs, like,
that
you know.
sucks.
Worse. It's really hard to break a CD.
See, you guys should have had parents
They
like
went through
mine
a
that
lot
didn't
of
know
effort.
English.
Yeah.
But it was because of the lack of knowledge of what he was particularly saying, and I mean lack of trust in whether or not I could properly digest it. But never was it like, oh, that's horrible music, or I don't want to listen to that shit, because I think that we had a wide range and we still appreciated the past. Again, the hip hop column that I used to have, I mean, there was a throwback every single week.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, we became students of the game. It wasn't just like I'm listening to the rap of today, and by today I mean like 2000 to 2004. It was, I also know where it came from. I wrote a 15-page essay in high school, in college, about the history of hip hop, how it came from the Bronx, flew across the country, grew into something else, turned into political talk, and then turned into glorifying, you know, I'm finally rich. I finally got money, so I'm going to talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
So if this is the next progressional step in hip hop, I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
This is,
you know?
but it's a reflection of this fucking country right now, to be honest with you. You know, it's like, it's just going backwards. With that said, time up on
Bar Babble.
on that top.
Bar
on
Babble
that
speed
bar
round.
On that bar babble, mumble rap is over. Go ahead. Since that was your topic, you pick the next one. Get up in there. What we got? What we got?
What is this? Bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's degree.
Okay, so this one comes about with the idea of you recently doing a career day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we'll let you take the lead and then
Yeah.
we'll respond
Yeah,
to
we'll
it.
let you take lead since I couldn't even hardly read the word bachelor.
I didn't write it.
Okay.
I didn't write it. The college guy did.
It's spelled
The
correctly.
writer
I
did.
didn't see it once.
Correctly.
It's just sloppy.
Not eligibly, but legibly? Legibly?
No, that's not a word.
That's not a word either.
I think the proper word is.
So this topic comes up because maybe like 2 weeks ago I did this career day, and I just like the time period that we're in. You know, we're talking about this age group, and we're focused on hip hop right now. I want to kind of focus on the evolution of success kind of thing, the opportunity that kids have now, where honestly the dynamic of success has changed, where kind of like when we were growing up, it was all degree based. No matter, and we talked about this a few episodes back, you know, it's like degree based. You had to go to college, like that was the thing
Yeah.
that everybody fucking
That's
pushed
what everyone
on you.
did. You could go to high school, you graduate college, you get a degree in something, and whatever, and then you get a good job.
Yeah,
And then you're rich.
fucking in debt.
Yeah.
Oh no, rich. That's what
they told us.
That's what they told us. So when I get the chance, you know, being in the space that I'm in now, like for example, real estate. As a loan officer, you don't need a college degree.
Right.
You just need to go get your license. Real estate agent, you don't need a college degree. You just go get your license. These are six-figure careers.
Drug dealer.
You know, drug dealer. You don't need a career. I mean, you don't need a college
You need to go
degree.
to college for that.
You just need to have
Hit me
eyes
up.
in the back of your head. But so there's just a lot. You know, now even with my marketing company, Wild Ranks Media, go check it out, wildranks.com.
Brand managing.
Brand managing. So with that, now you could be a brand manager and you can make 6 figures if you just bust your ass. These are things that I just don't remember being available to us.
No, it's like when
as
you sent me that
kids.
thing like about a job I was like, I didn't even know there was a thing now that's you get paid to like brand manage for companies.
You get
like,
paid to be on your fucking phone and be
that's-
on social media platforms managing other people's social media accounts. And you can make a lot of money doing that shit. You can make a lot of money targeting people and fucking doing target marketing and there's some substance behind that. You have to understand society, you have to understand ethnicity, groups, demographics, ages, genders. There's a lot that goes into it. So it's not that the work is easy. It's just that the work is available to anybody without a degree. So I'm here at this class, and I thought it was amazing how I'm just describing the job. I'm doing the job description for a brand manager, and this kid's face just keeps lighting up. Now I'm in a 3rd grade class. What age is that? Fucking 9? Something 9, 8, 9, 9?
Yeah,
like 9-ish, 9, 10, somewhere around
I
there.
don't know. I had to repeat it a few times.
So for you, it was 12.
Yeah.
And
You'll get
it
there.
was just one of those things where I didn't realize as I'm saying it how impactful this was and I'm looking at the whole class and I'm talking about this, and all of a sudden the girl that's sitting next to him goes, "That's you." And by then he was already
What?
like, "I know," because it was just the job is. You have to be creative with your writing. You have to understand art. You have to be creative with the imagery that you create and all this stuff. And he's just like, it's what I love to do. And the teacher realized then too, oh my God, that is what he likes, And it was like even for the teacher to react like that, like, oh shit, wait a minute. This is an opportunity for him at this age, not later on, now. Like it's already can be in his head. And what I really found beautiful about that class too is, and I had done 2 classes, two career day speeches prior to that same day. So this is my last class, the 3rd class. And I brought up the word mindset to each other class, and none of them, like they had no clue what that was. And I just fucking thought, how awful that is. And yeah, I have it tattooed right here on my wrist, mindset, because that's what it's all about. I wish I would have known this stuff before, but it was awesome. When I brought it up to this class, they were all like, yeah, we know. And I didn't see, but on the right side of the classroom, they had a whole board about mindset. And I thought that was amazing. Imagine what that would have done for you as a kid. You think that would have helped you?
Well, I wouldn't have grown up being a mumble rapper. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to reflect on my past and assume that a change would have done better for me because I really, really like who I am. But I do get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I know. I struggle with that. That's a good point. That's a good point. I really like who I am now, but I still wish it. I just wonder.
Just curious.
It's more opportunity.
Yeah.
That different perspective can just fucking change everything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the oldest of 6 kids, right? And there's one kid who I was like, yeah, you're made for college. Goes to the same college I do. She's basically, a female version of me. A lot funnier now, but
Better looking.
Way better.
Of course,
looking.
yeah. But then there's another sister of mine who, like, it's very obvious that school, even from the offset, just wasn't for her. And it's like, what do you tell that kid? No, do better. You need to get a degree. You need to no. You tell that kid there's other options. Don't fuck up. Do your best. I'm gonna make sure you do your best, but there are other options. It's just it's one of the many reasons why I don't want kids, because I don't want that responsibility. I mean, another little me running around, I'm just not interested.
I have to ask you, because out of all 3 of us, you're the only one still attending college. Are you still doing it?
Oh no, I got 2 degrees. I'm done.
You're
I
done?
might go back, but that's when when I'm old.
Now you think those degrees are going to help you? You think it was a good use of your time?
I don't know if it's unique, but I do believe that my situation was rare and that I didn't go to college for a degree so much as I went to college just to prove to myself that I could. I got the degree because why else am I going to be there?
Right.
I never did it to prove anything to anyone. And I realized maybe upon my first semester in college that this was the perfect breeding ground for me to learn how society works at this level and how little people change from that level to their future. So to me, it was a social experiment, like incredibly, like just, I think that if there's ever a good reason to go to college, if someone asked me what is a good reason to go to college, it would be to learn the many different facets of the human mind in a group context, and to also learn how similar everybody is.
I would suggest
And
people.
keggers.
I would, for me, I didn't graduate. I went to Cal State Fullerton for about 2.5 years. I incompleted out. It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
It's a real thing. That means you didn't go to class, so they can't give you Fs. But
it's just a wealth of knowledge.
I cheated that bitch. But for me, it was just exposing myself to other cultures.
Yeah.
That shit, you know, in my group, I was the open-minded one. I was the fucking Rastafari. I was the rebel. I was the one that just didn't want to look like anybody else. I didn't want to dress like anybody else. I wanted to be different. And so I thought I had this open mind, right? And fuck, I was just full of assumptions and stereotypes that were created by Latin people for Latin people.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I go there and I remember his name was Devin, one of my roommates. Miss you, Devin. If you ever see this, I hope we could reconnect, man. But I just thought because he was white, he was rich. No joke, man. I'm 18
Really?
years old, swear to God. He's the one that introduced me to Dave Matthews. And I remember I had a car, he didn't. He had 2 tickets. So he's like, look, I'll give you a ticket. We'll split the cost of the gas and we'll go. I'm like, fuck yeah, road trip, let's roll. So we go. He lived in Sacramento. And we went to his house. He had a pool. And I'm like, man, you guys are rich. This is great. You have a pool? Oh, I would kill for a pool. And he's like, what makes you think I'm rich? I'm like, you have a fucking house. What do you mean you're fucking
pool.
rich? You have a pool and a house? Are you kidding me? You go to college? What? And he's all, why would I need financial aid if I was rich? And I just didn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
I didn't have shit to say. I was just like, oh shit, you're right. You got to be poor to get that. Like, oh shit, I'm so confused right now. So you got a house and be poor at the same time? That's crazy. That to me right there was like mind blowing and life changing, and probably led me to have all these opportunities now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that.
That's what I found
That wherewithal.
most interesting in college was the idea of interacting with other people. And I'm not putting down anyone specifically, but you learn both how smart other humans are, but also how dumb other people are. You learn how small of a bubble that you live in and how everyone else has their own bubble. You learn different beliefs, values. You learn even from teachers. You
learn how smart you are.
Yeah, you learn what you believe and what you don't believe, how people have influence and don't have influence, the kind of influence you have. There's a bunch of stuff. So, I mean, honestly, if I'm telling someone to go to college, it's not even for a degree anymore. It's simply to learn how to be a person in this world.
I think my mindset, too, would be different. Like, it'd be like, like if I have a child, like, oh, Dad, do I really have to go to college to be successful? And I'd be like, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to go, don't go. I didn't go. Like, really, my college experience.
You went.
It's pretty limited. I never really had the
For a
mindset
class?
growing up that I kind of the way I was grow up, we were like really poor, and then, I was a single mom and she wasn't around a lot when I was in high school, so I never really had anybody like college was like in my family, graduating high school was like a big deal.
Mm.
My mom didn't graduate high school, my sister, a lot of people on my mom's side of the family didn't graduate high school. So the fact I was getting a high school diploma was like awesome.
Well, I was the first one to graduate high school from my family, and my mom actually wanted me to go either to the military or get a job.
Salvadorian military?
No, American.
Okay.
The militia.
American.
Well, we're
The
gonna
Salvadorian military
we're gonna
wanted
take
to
a
kill my
small
mom.
break. I'm gonna see if we can get Josh an online degree, and then we'll come back.
We'll be right back, people. Stay tuned. Commercial break. Turn off your fucking phones back there, motherfucker. Brings him back. Fuck Zima. All right, we're gonna go on.
Bar Babble.
Back for commercial break. Hope you enjoyed that commercial break. Next Bar Babble topic: the big earthquake.
All right, Josh, you want to explain this real quick? I believe this is
do.
okay.
I'm sorry when it happens because it's probably me because I fell over half that. Yeah, the big earthquake.
Not the laughs he was
That
expecting.
did not land. You caught me off guard.
Ironically enough, your fat ass did not land.
Not land.
You joke about me. Talking about me fat. Didn't work for Tony. Weird.
Well, I didn't make the
Funny
joke.
when he calls me fat.
It's only funny when I make the fat joke. I'm sorry.
Funny are when I choke you out and I do things to your beehole.
Oh.
as only a fat man can.
You know what? I'm still supposed to choke someone out.
It could be Tony.
Just FYI.
Oh,
He
yeah?
likes wrestling.
You
He'll
do
think
that.
It's fake.
This won't be fake.
I might discharge.
Trust me. This
Imagine he
won't be fake.
discharges on you.
Yeah. I'm okay to live with that.
Address this topic for us. The big
earthquake.
one.
We're well overdue. Scientists say, I know I have a bachelor's degree in science. Of science. Fuck off, Tony. Shut up. We're well overdue for a big earthquake.
I wish this camera got on. I was like, oh shit, he's a scientist.
Me and Bill Nye, we're like this.
Studies show.
No, you fucking no. No, like I think
Bill
we're all
Nye likes
screwed.
his brown eye.
Go ahead.
Listen, this isn't a joke. This is a PSA. The big earthquake's coming. Prepare yourself. Have plenty of water, batteries,
Are you afraid of earthquakes?
lube. I'm afraid of earthquakes. Here's why I'm afraid of earthquakes.
Because you don't fit under a desk?
Listen. Here's one. This isn't funny. Don't be funny right now. This is serious.
Sorry, man. Go ahead.
Mario, I'm gonna talk to you next. Look, this is why I'm afraid of earthquakes. When I was a little kid, we lived at this house in La Palma. There was an earthquake. The house was shut. And as a kid, what do your parents tell you? Find like a doorway, right? So I ran downstairs. I'm under the doorway. It's dark. My dad comes down. He looks for me. He finds me. He's standing over me. My dad, mind you, sleeps naked. He doesn't wear underwear to this day. Dad, gross.
Yeah, your dad
So
dick
there's
slapped
an
you?
earthquake, and I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Stop hitting me. And it's his penis on top of my head. During an earthquake, as if there wasn't traumatizing enough.
It's shaking. Bah, 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 bah.
Dad, wear underwear. It's 2018.
That's nuts.
Yeah, you can't.
That's my traumatic earthquake story.
Was it just penis or nuts?
It was a little bit of both.
A little bit of
All right.
both pops.
I believe he was semi-soft. So, I think was that too much?
I thought it was supposed to be semi-hard, not semi-soft.
Semi-soft.
Is there not like? There's not like a
Well,
semi-soft, is
sounds
there?
less aggressive.
True.
Because it means you don't have bad intentions if you're semi-soft.
It's nicer.
If you're semi-hard, but I'm semi-soft.
Semi hard is like you're on your way.
It's okay to be
Semi-soft is like,
You're
you know
on your
what?
son's head. But if you're semi-hard, it's weird.
Okay. Now that we've
Is this a
established
true
that.
story?
I swear to God, it's a true story.
La Palma.
Holy crap, La
Look, I don't know about the science behind the big one and the big earthquake and whatnot because I don't have a bachelor's degree in it. But I don't know, man. I just don't worry about shit like that. That's probably why I'm one of the ones that's gonna die.
Look, when I was growing up, like, I don't think you were even born for the '87 earthquake. Oh, maybe you were. You're like 1 year old or something.
I'm not. You're like 3 years older than me.
That's true. Okay, you were like 5 years old.
Okay.
I was growing up.
I was not
like
born.
8.
I was like 7.
And that shit was traumatizing as fuck.
It was.
I got thrown around, dog. I got thrown under the table. I didn't go there like willingly. I was running to the doorway, to the hallway doorway, whatever, and then I got thrown under the fucking under the kitchen table. That shit's scary as hell. But I'm with you. I don't think about it. I'm not walking around like with backpacks full of water and dog food and kibble for myself. I just don't think like that. If it gets me, it gets me, and that's it.
It's coming. I kind of hope though, like when the earthquake.
I hope it hits you in the face.
I hope that I'm masturbating as it happens, so that way I'm all like, yeah, like I turn into like I'm thinking like, oh my God, like. how-
Isn't it always like an earthquake when you masturbate? Like, oh, like every time? Like, isn't it for everybody? Like, isn't it like a mini earthquake for everybody that
It's more
masturbates?
like a seizure.
Yeah, which is kind of like an earthquake.
It's more like a.
Shake, pause, shake.
We're moving on. We're moving on. Don't be a pussy.
Look,
Earthquakes
prepare
happen.
yourself. It's coming.
He's coming. All right, books to movies. Okay,
Ooh.
so this is a topic that is being brought up because I saw Ready Player One last night.
Okay, I saw it on Saturday or something.
Okay, well, I made the mistake of okay, so I have this rule where I cannot watch a movie that has a book attached to it until I read the book. Okay, so my little sister wanted to see Ready Player One. I went, I bought the book, I read it in a couple of days, and then went to see the movie last night. I liked the movie. I thought it was great. I thought there were so many callbacks to the past where it's like, oh shit.
awesome.
And I think my favorite part about the callbacks were that they were not like, look what we have now. It's just like, you're like, oh my fuck, is that a Ninja Turtle? Like, is that, you know,
They
like
didn't bring any attention to it.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah, it's just
oh, shit.
there.
Yeah.
And then I thought from the back, you know, like the directorial point of view, like how many rights did you have to get signed away to do this, you know? So it was great. I thought it was a good like standalone movie. My issue was that I read the book immediately. I read the book and then immediately I watched the movie, and it was like the book is completely different. They changed the entire like quests and how to get there. So originally, of course, being the nerd that I'm, like, oh man, the book was better, blah 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 blah, you know. But after sleeping on it and then doing some research, I learned that the writer of the book was actually part of the screenplay, you know, team. So you can't get mad at the original
No.
creator.
But
what
that's a rarity, isn't it?
it is a rarity. But it's becoming more common now because writers want a piece of what they're creating. They want a part of it. Right. Whereas Stephen King will sell his rights to his stories for $1.
He's just trying to get bank.
Like a short story, Stephen King, he'll give it to you for a college student who's trying to make a film off of one of his short stories. He will sell it to you for $1.
Shut
you
the
now have the rights to
fuck up.
it. Yeah. You can. He as long as it's a short
Why
story.
don't we make a movie?
You know, that's you. I'll write it, but that's me trying to write something
already
that
wrote it,
Stephen
though.
King wrote. Well, I mean, but you're taking liberties as a, you know, like you're not gonna make a.
Here's the problem I have with books to movies is I've only read 2 books, and it's, I don't know if you've heard of them. I'm still waiting for Return to like Red Fish, Blue Fish, Green Eggs and Ham.
I mean, they made Cat in the Hat.
I'm still waiting. Can y'all get on that, please?
Why don't you do it yourself?
They
Don't
made
wait
How
for
the
people to
Grinch
do it.
Stole Christmas.
Yeah.
They made Cat in the Hat. There's an animated one and a real life Grinch. Expand your horizons, man. You got a degree.
Yeah, you have a degree, man.
Um,
Time to leave the classroom and go into the world.
Get it together.
Yeah, but no, I mean, so they led me to a broader topic of basically saying, like, you know, books to movies. There's a translation there where you can get upset if you're like a reader of a book, and this is me telling myself. But if the guy's a part of it, you can't get mad. He was well in tuned with what was being created, and at the end of the day, when you watch the movie, like, yeah, you know what, fuck yeah, that worked.
Yeah.
You had Godzilla, King Kong, fucking 80s callbacks like crazy. Atari.
I don't think I've ever read a book that became a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
You may be surprised. You know, Forrest Gump was a book.
Yeah, I never read it.
Yeah, I read it.
Have you ever
After
read
the
a book
movie, I
that
was
became
pretty
a movie,
upset.
or-
Yes, I did. I actually read Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code.
The Da Vinci Code, yeah.
And Lord of the Rings.
You read the book?
Boom. I read the book. Yeah, I did.
No,
I'm
you
not
didn't.
lying.
Like by
I did.
choice?
Yeah, by choice.
Like, it
used
wasn't when you were in jail?
It wasn't required by my probation officer for me to do reading.
That would be a good requirement.
It would be a good requirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done that, man. I gotta put that on my list.
I read countless. I mean, obviously, you know
Tuesdays
how much
with
I've
Morrie.
read.
Have you ever read that?
I have.
Isn't that a movie now?
I think The 5 People You Meet in Heaven is a movie, which is the same writer, Mitch Albom.
That cut deep.
Yeah. I don't know if Tuesdays with Morrie is. Yeah, but the premise is very, very interesting with because as a creative mind, like you're giving someone the power to change literally anything that you have. When you look at the Harry Potter movies, like this lady is involved with every single movie that comes out under her name, to the point where when she made the Harry Potter movies, she refused to have one American actor in the films. All British actors.
Racist. White
All-
privilege.
Yeah.
British privilege.
All British
British
actors.
privilege.
Yeah. All. So I just thought it was an interesting topic to cover, something that I think we could talk about more. Because one of the things I want to get into is like comic books versus movie translations.
Yeah.
I thought there were more topics. Did you
There-
get rid of them?
no, there's more in there.
We're out of time.
No, we got
What the
time.
hell happened to them?
Did
There
you
was
pour 'em
3 of
out
them. No,
drunkenly?
I didn't.
Here you go. There's one.
Did you?
I might have dumped them out on accident.
Why did you dump them out?
What's that?
Ooh, I like this one. First date sex.
Never.
First date sex. I think this is gonna be our last topic, so let's make it a good one.
Never been on a date, right? Knowing my mother, she most certainly does not count. She would take you out for sympathy.
Yeah, she would. She'd probably school the fuck out of you. She'd give you like sympathy. She'd probably like rape you out of sympathy.
Yeah. Here you go, mijo. Here you go, mijo.
Here you go, mijo. I'm gonna rape you so you know what it feels
I
like
don't think those
to
go
be
together.
desired.
You know, this is an interesting topic because I think that the idea of a first date has changed significantly.
Yes, let's address that
Yeah.
fucking topic, dude.
A first date, it used to be, and I'm not saying back in the day or anything, but I think a first date used to be like, so do you want to like go out for like dinner, you know, and maybe like a movie, whatever, you know? and then you go to dinner, and then you learn about each other, and then you're like, I'm clicking with this person. This is cool. Maybe a couple of drinks. You know what? Fuck the movie. Let's do each other instead, and everything's fine. Now, I feel like everyone goes into a first date with an entire encyclopedia of who they think you are due to social media.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. And I've been fortunate. It's so funny when you lose 100 pounds, all of a sudden people want to date you.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's horrible.
I loved you when you were chubby too.
I know, but they wanted to date me then too. But I just trip out how many first dates I've been on. I don't bring a condom, and they want to fuck,
Oh yeah.
and then I'm the asshole.
This is why I'm saying you can discharge on a face.
I am.
The world has changed.
That shit blows my mind. Cause in my head I'm like, sorry, I didn't assume that you were gonna be a hoe. Like on day one, I just thought at least 2 or 3 days before you let me have it.
You should just carry one.
I
with
just
you.
don't-
Like,
and I don't know-
One with me that's I've had since 1988.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those expire, right?
You had
No,
a condom when
no.
you were 7?
Well, it was the only thing my dad had to pass down to me.
He did not use condoms.
Maybe he was wearing one during the earthquake.
Maybe.
You don't want his dick to be fucking damaged. Have you what I know with the earthquake shit passed, but you seen those fucking like coffin things? Like it's your bed, and then if there's an earthquake, it'll like save you and like cover.
Yeah, I
you up.
have. Yeah.
Ugh, what do you think about that shit?
That's creepy. How are you gonna get out of there if everything's
scary.
piled all over you?
That's like a serial like a date rapist
Yeah.
kid
Okay.
right there.
Well,
Just-
I think okay, and this we may not be able to cover this in like 5 minutes, but
We're gonna try.
the idea of a female going on a first date and her wanting to initiate, sex.
It throws me off every time. It's dope every time,
Yeah.
but it throws me off every time. And I don't know if I'm being punked or tested.
No,
Most of the time I'm not.
I think that you're being a male. That's what I think. Because I think that now more than ever, that women, because I've had an instance where I've gone out with a girl. We've ended up having sex. And then afterwards, she gave me this whole,
Apologize afterwards?
no, she gave me this whole dialogue of like, I don't ever do this. This isn't something that I'm used to. I feel bad.
80% of the time.
Right. But the thing is like, my response to that was, did you have fun? Which was, yeah.
You make them fill out a survey afterwards?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, at least 3 questions. Was it a good?
Fill out these boxes. No or a major.
I need to know that the quality is there. So there's a 5-question questionnaire at the end. No, realistically, I mean this is a broader topic.
No way a girl let you go down on her with that beard. No fucking way.
About 10 times as many that would let you go down on them with that mustache. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
hook up with him because they like want a lesbian experience. Because of that hair. I love that hair.
No, look. The concept is that a female should be. This is kind of important, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
it's very
It's a
important.
woman's right to want to have sex just as much as you do, and there's nothing wrong
Look,
with
ladies, if you want to fuck, just tell us, dude. Like, most dudes are just totally down. And the ones that are emo and, like, want more out of it, they'll tell you. They'll literally tell you, like, I mean, I want that too, but are you sure it's time? And then you'll kind of, like, filter out who the jerks are. Because then you're going to get the other guys like, oh, are you sure? And you could smell it. They're
Yeah.
like, they wanted to bone you anyway.
that. Nah, but I think that girls already
Just-
tell you.
yeah.
It's 2018. Girls will tell you, like, hey, so what's
For
going
real.
on? Like, are we fucking or
For
not?
real.
It's literally happened
Like, don't
numerous
tell your
times. We're like,
girlfriend.
are we fucking or not? Well, I don't know about all that, but
They will tell you.
no, I know that.
Don't
but
tell
you,
your girlfriend.
But you probably should tell your girlfriend because that's a possible threesome.
It is a possible
Yeah.
threesome.
No, but
Especially if you have a dope-ass girl that likes titties.
the focus of this conversation is literally to say that like the idea of sex on a first date is no longer, in my opinion, the man's worry. Okay,
Yeah.
and it never should have been. It never should have been that, but it has been that way forever. Now it is a mutual consented thing that I think is personally beautiful because I divide sex from possibly moving forward with emotional, connection. And I think that it's perfectly okay. So if a woman goes on a first date with anyone, not me, but just anyone in general, and wants to get fucked, get fucked.
Yeah.
That's
Do it.
the end result
And
of this
a little
conversation.
tip for the fellas: just really don't act interested in sex at all, at all. and
Like,
then
if
you'll
she's
get
like-
sex.
She's like, if you want to,
Right?
You want to like,
Am I right or wrong?
The
Like
way
if you're the guy that brings up sex the whole time, flirting stage, and then you go out stage, and then you hang out stage. If you bring up sex the whole time, what's gonna happen?
yeah, you're gonna turn her off. Look,
Yeah, but
the-
if she says like you want to like and you'd be like ew, go ew. That'll make her want you more.
gets him laid every time.
That'll make her want you more.
I mean, though I would
That shit too.
I would go into a first date just going into it. Like the way that I feel is like
I never bring it up, dude.
Yeah,
I
why-
just don't
why?
talk about it. I don't talk about the sex. I don't bring that shit up.
I just feel like the first date is different now than it was before. The first date is 9 times out of 10, you already have a preconceived notion of who this person is because you've scrolled through the Instagram, you've checked the Facebook.
If you're smart, you've done your reconnaissance and you've checked every platform on social media and know exactly what they like. And
But
what they
that
don't
image
like.
is so fake. Like, it's not real.
Well, you know what? Chances are they're gonna live that fake life in
Everyone
person.
looks good in the dark.
Yeah, well, I try. And with that, we
Not
are
everybody.
done here.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Thank you guys for joining us. We're gonna do this shit. The first out of 10 episodes. This is episode 11. Thank you guys for joining us. Bar Babble, t-shirts and hats coming. Bar Babble, baby. Check us out, gang.
Sent this to Joshua Mulder.
Hey, look
What?
at the graduate. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey mom, suck it. Now what? Now who's a liar? Now what, mom?
It's all right, man. Let it out.
What college? Bachelor of Science? That's cool. I mean, I watched a lot of Bill Nye the Science Guy growing up.
There you
so.
go. Fucking, you're a
Same
graduate,
difference.
And you
bro.
are a bachelor.
You're a
Yeah, I am very much a
graduate.
bachelor.
There you go. He's single, ladies.
I'm not like the show though, because I give out Twinkies instead of roses.
There you go. That
could
might
work.
actually
That could
attract.
work.
Yeah, that would totally work.
That would attract me a herd of
Some
women.
fucking red velvet
Hold on.
Twinkies.
Let me snap this moment real quick for my
Yeah.
followers.
You guys watching this? You guys enjoy this?
Congratulations,
Joshua Mulder.
Josh.
We're gonna take pictures. Hey, now what?
Now what are you gonna do with yourself?
Don't worry about that tape. It's just my name got messed up.
All right.